Hello and welcome to this session on drilling and drilling related operations. Let us begin with this session.
Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to state what is drilling, list the types of drilling machines and their components, name the types of drills used and their parts, identify the nomenclature of a twist drill, identify various drilling operations. First, let us learn about the basics of drilling. Drilling is a metal cutting process carried out by a rotating cutting tool to make circular holes in solid materials. The machine used for drilling is called a drilling machine. The multi-point cutting tool used to make holes is called drill. Now, let us learn about the various types of drilling machines, which are portable drilling machine, which is easy to carry and can make holes of various sizes based on the capacity of the machine. Bench or sensitive drilling machine is used for light-duty work, which can be fixed on a workbench. It can make holes up to 12.5 mm. Pillar drilling machine, used for medium-duty work and can make holes up to 25 mm. It is also called as upright drilling machine. Radial drilling machine, used for heavy-duty work and can make holes greater than 25 mm. Gang drilling machine is a multi-column drilling machine used for successive operations like drilling, boring, reaming, and countersinking. Multi-spindle drilling machine used for drilling multiple holes at the same time. Now let us learn about the parts and accessories of a drilling machine. They are base, column, table, drilling head, spindle, motor, feed handle, machine vise, drill chuck with key, drift, sleeves and sockets, coolant system. Now let's learn about each of these in detail. Base. Base is a heavy structure on which the column is mounted. Column. Column is a vertical structure which holds the rest of the parts of the drilling machine. Table. Table is mounted on the column and can be moved along it. The machine vise is fixed on the table to hold the workpiece. Drilling head. Drilling head consists of a motor and a transmission system which transmits rotary motion at different speeds to the spindle. Spindle. The spindle is the part of the drilling head used to hold the drill chuck. Speed of the spindle is measured in RPM, revolutions per minute. The spindle speed depends on the following factors: size of the hole or drill, feed rate, material hardness. Size of the hole. With the increasing hole size, the speed of the spindle has to be reduced appropriately. Feed rate. With increasing feed rate, speed of the spindle has to be increased appropriately. Material hardness. Spindle speed has to be reduced from softer to harder material appropriately. Drill chuck is a tool-holding device and the chuck key is used to adjust the grip on the tool. Sleeve and socket. Sleeve and socket are the adapters used to mount various sized drills into the spindle. Drift. Drift is a tool used to remove the chuck and adapters from the spindle. Feed handle. Feed handle is used to feed the tool into the workpiece. Feed is the distance of the drill traveled into the workpiece in a minute. It is expressed in millimeters per minute. Depth of cut. Depth of cut is the total depth of the hole drilled using the drill bit. It is expressed in millimeter. Coolant system is used to pump the cutting fluids to cool and lubricate the workpiece and the cutting tool. Next, let us learn about different types of drills, which are flat drill, twist drill. Twist drill can be further classified as tapered shank and straight shank drills. Let us now learn about each of these drill types in detail. Flat drill. It is the earliest form of drill and is easy to operate. Nowadays, it is not being used because of its poor efficiency. Twist drill. Twist drill is the most commonly used type of drill bit. It has two or more spiral or helical flutes formed along its length. The two basic types of twist drills based on shape of the shank are parallel or straight shank and taper shank. Parallel shank twist drills are available below 13 mm size. Next, let us learn about the nomenclature of a twist drill. The various parts of a drill are tang, shank, recess or neck, body, tip, flute, land or margin, face, flank, web, lip or cutting edge, helix angle, point angle, rake angle, clearance angle, chisel edge angle. Let's now learn about each of these in brief. Tang. Tang is a part of the taper shank drill which fits into the machine spindle. Shank. Shank is the driving end of the drill which is fitted into the spindle. Recess or neck. Recess or neck is the portion of reduced diameter between the body and the shank. Body. Body is the portion between the point and the shank of a drill. Tip or point. Tip is the cone-shaped end which does the cutting. Flutes. Flutes are the spiral grooves which run to the length of the drill. The flutes help to form the cutting edges, to curl the chips and allow them to come out, and also the coolant to flow to the cutting edge. Land or margin. Land or margin is the narrow strip which extends to the entire length of the flutes. Face. Face is the portion of the flute surface adjacent to the lip. Flank. Flank is the surface at a drill point that extends behind the lip to the following flute. Web. Web is the metal column which separates the flutes. Lip or cutting edge. Lip or cutting edge is the edge formed by the intersections of flank and face. Helix angle. Twist drills are made with different helix angles. The helix angles vary according to the material being drilled. Type N for general purpose, Type H for hard materials, Type S for soft materials. General purpose drills have a standard helix angle of 27.5 degrees. point angle. Point angle is the angle between the cutting lips or edges and is generally at 118 degrees. Rake angle. A rake angle is the angle of flute and depends on the helix angle. Clearance angle. Clearance angle prevents the friction of the tool behind the cutting edge and helps in the penetration of the cutting edges into the material. Chisel edge angle. Chisel edge angle is the angle between the chisel edge and the cutting lip. Various operations that can be performed using a drilling machine are drilling, to drill holes, reaming, to finish pre-drilled holes, boring, to enlarge pre-drilled holes, countersinking, to produce conical shape at the entry of the hole to accommodate the head of countersunk screws at the surface level, counterboring, to enlarge the entry of the hole to accommodate the screw or bolt head at the surface level.
To recap, we have learned to state what is drilling, list the types of drilling machines and their components, name the types of drills used and their parts, identify the nomenclature of a twist drill, identify various drilling operations. The concepts learnt in this class will act as a basis for your understanding in the upcoming sessions. This brings us to the end of this session. Hope you have understood all the concepts. See you in the next session.